It's time for the Mohney Show. High atop the third story of the historic Gibson House overlooking beautiful downtown Centralia. The star of the show, Steve Mohney.
Yes. Welcome to the Mohney Show. This is our sickly version of the Mohney Show and our October 1st edition of the Mohney Show. And Brittany's with me. Paul's still kind of under the weather a little bit. Everybody in the office has pretty much been sick to this point. And Bryson's here. He's well.
Yeah, he's good. No sign of sickness from him.
He seems to be the one that's weathering things the best. But yeah, so the office has been mostly sick. And I was sick. As soon as we finished up the show last week on Tuesday, I went home and it was just horrible.
Yeah.
So doctor gave me antibiotics for a sinus infection and better, but the voice is still, a little bit squeaky.
So what day did you actually get sick?
I didn't feel good when we were doing the show last week.
Yeah.
I felt really crappy and just, looking at the monitor, I'm like, I don't even look good. But I'm not 100% right now either. So.
Yeah, Thursday evening for me was when it got real very quickly with the fever.
When you text me, I'm like, oh, she's got it too.
Yeah. But see, I think I have an 8 and 10-year-old, and the 10-year-old came home, and I didn't realize what he was doing. He walked up to me, and he booped noses with me.
Why?
And it was all like, why, God, why?
Oh, just think about what they're coming out of. They're coming home from school. Do they ride the bus home?
They do.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and the windows aren't down.
Yeah.
There's no. It's just...
so when the grandkids come, from school, the first thing and they know this, but the first thing is go wash your hands.
Oh, we've been trying so hard to enforce that with the baby at home.
Yeah, I thought
when did you wash your hands last? At school.
Yeah.
Oh, go wash your hands. We have good soap.
You're filthy little people.
Yeah, petri dishes.
Yeah,
it's not good.
I thought about putting up one of those tents in front of the house, and just
like fumigate them.
Yeah, hazmat type stuff. When they come home from school, but they're not there as much as they were. A lot of after school stuff's going on. Mm-hmm. Yep. So Sky's on cheer for the junior cats.
Yeah.
And then Jack's playing football, so they're not at the house a lot. And then the little ones, they're in school, so everybody's busy, but it only takes that one little time. And I'm not blaming them at all. Probably caught it from, I think I caught it from somebody here in the office.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's very possible. But that leads us to taking care of ourselves.
Yes. And
I have been taking a whole bunch of vitamins lately because, I feel like I'm getting older and I need to take way better care of myself.
Yeah. So multivitamins, what?
Yeah, I'm taking multivitamins. I'm also taking fish oil. Mm-hmm. I'm taking, calcium, magnesium, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So kind of I got a gal.
Yeah.
And she set me up with some really decent vitamins. And I'm not sure why I got sick.
Yeah.
I don't think it. I just think it happened.
I think it happens. I think new season, new germs. The flu sort of evolves every year.
Yeah, it does.
I think you get caught with something or you don't.
The pharmacist, I picked up a prescription earlier today, and they said, "How's it going? You guys vaccinating a lot of people?" She said, "Yeah, COVID's on the rise, kind of all over the place right now. Because, it's fall." Yeah. And she didn't seem too concerned about it, but she goes, it's a good idea to get vaccinated, and we can do them here. So, all the pharmacies, they'll give you the shot.
Pharmacies will do it. I just saw that the Twin Cities Senior Center did a flu clinic. I think it was last week. So you have options.
Even if it's not COVID, if you get a flu, like I had a sinus infection, and I didn't actually test for COVID. I went to the doctor, but they didn't have any kits. So it's still not fun.
No.
Man, I haven't been that sick in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't been sick probably in a year up until this one caught me. I went all through pregnancy and didn't get sick, no.
Well, I had the extra added benefit of having some back pain. So sciatic nerve.
Yeah, and when you have a fever and body aches, that's no good. No good.
Yeah, it was no good at all. So we've had some different changes around the area, speaking of medical and going to the doctor and urgent care.
Yeah.
You've kind of got some of the lowdown on what's going on, with urgent care over in Chehalis.
Yeah. So I started, I always have my ear to the ground for stuff, and Facebook groups, community groups are good for that.
Yep.
I started seeing posts from people talking about, hey, my primary care doctor isn't at STEC anymore. He's at Valley View, or, my primary care doctor just isn't there anymore. I think I had the doctor transitioned somewhere else as well.
Right.
And then I started seeing posts that urgent care hadn't been open certain days of the week. Apparently they are restoring urgent care to 7 days a week.
Wow,
over there at STEC.
Hence the name.
Yep. A lot of people are under the impression that is the only urgent care option around here. Not technically true. We do have several other providers. We were talking about Shine Health earlier.
Yeah, that's right downtown.
Yeah,
right?
down here on Tower, kind of by Edward Jones.
Okay.
Dr. Patrick Shine.
Now, you went in there, didn't you?
I did. I did not realize that my Tdap booster or vaccine had lapsed. It had been more than 10 years. You're supposed to have one every 10 years. And I had to have one to go to scout camp this summer. And we had about a week till scout camp. And so I messaged them and said, can you help me? And they said, sure, we can get you in tomorrow. Nice. And I went in, got my Tdap booster, which I needed anyway. I was in the 3rd trimester of pregnancy. You're supposed to have it then too. And that's a great office. Dr. Shine and his family just moved up here from California in the last year or so.
Kind of by the toy store.
Yep. Yeah, right next to the electrolysis place.
Ah, the brand new electrolysis.
Yep,
okay.
Yep.
And that's on the when you're heading
headed north. It's on the left side.
Left-hand side. Good. Yeah. Another.
And they accept, pretty much every insurance they accept for the most part. And then they also do have telehealth.
Oh, good.
So you can do urgent care telehealth with Shine Health. And you don't have to be a member there. So there's others, like Wellness Point just opened over by where Dr. Ellis used to be.
And
they are a membership-based primary care, but you still can see them without being a member. Their model is membership, sort of similar to Washington Direct Care,
right, over
by the hospital. So you do have options besides STEC around here.
But if they're going to restore the the 7 days a week, that's really nice. It's really handy, and really a necessity. I'm not sure that we have enough healthcare around here. I
don't think we do. And it's become so complicated. Oftentimes there are clinics, but they're not taking your insurance.
Right.
Or like I'm self-employed, so I'm on the state marketplace.
Yeah.
There's clinics that will not take marketplace plans, or that are not accepting Medicaid patients or aren't taking new patients. So it's tough out there to find primary care.
And if you have a doctor and you like them, then when they don't accept your insurance, then you're paying cash.
Yeah. I did see there was one provider that it's a doctor around here locally, and I won't say who or where with, because I'm going to make a negative comment here. But if you don't see that doctor twice per year, they automatically convert you to a new patient, and they're not taking new patients. So if you don't see them twice a year, you lose your status as a patient with that provider. And that's I don't need to go see a doctor twice a year.
No, I really don't either. I think I've in the last couple of months probably had more things done than I've had done in a long, long time. But so that's because I guess if they have you in the system and you don't go see them, then do you take up the space for somebody else that could be in the system that might need to see them?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah. I guess in their minds.
Well, you know what? One thing about it is money, 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 money.
Yeah.
Yeah, my voice is kind of...
You're feeling it?
Yeah, it's not 100%.
I'm still a little gunked up.
Yeah, hopefully it'll get a little bit better. Oh, man, what's going on over there?
You got something to talk about, sir?
I think he does.
Yeah.
So, the thing of it is, if you're sick, and we've all heard this a million times, stay home, and don't spread it to everybody else. I know it's hard because, you're needed at work.
Yes.
And when you call in sick, somebody else probably has to step up. But on the other hand, is it really worth another couple of weeks of everybody getting sick?
Yeah.
So, and then there's the guilt trips, the boss guilt trip.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm really sorry that I'm sick, because I'm having so much damn fun here.
Yeah.
But they give it to you anyway. I know, I know all that crap. So, if you can, stay home and stay healthy and eat right. I mean, that's a big deal.
Yep.
And drink plenty of fluids. That's the big one.
Yeah.
Man, if
Good
you can
stuff.
flush it out, then anything you do get, juices and
they make those
juice.
good electrolyte packs
Yeah.
you can put into your water and stuff. And
Watch the juice. It's got a lot of sugar. But if you do get sick, of course, the Good Health Nutrition Center. I've had tons of luck with them for years and years and years. So check them out as
They're
well.
great. Good organic produce, vitamins, the whole 9 yards.
So we've got all kinds of stuff to talk about. We're into October right now. Halloween's on the way. I just shudder to even say that. Because that means we were talking about a little while ago that I was going to put my Christmas lights up now.
Oh, that's right. You're a strategic decorator.
Just get them up and get them out of the way, not plug them in, not tell anybody that they're hanging on the house, but they're just up. And then, along comes, the Saturday after or the Friday, Black Friday. And then I just walk out there and hook a couple of cords up. Bang!
Yeah. See, when you told me earlier, I thought you meant like you kicked them on like this time of year.
No.
Oh, you just, you can't skip the cobwebs and the corn stalks.
No,
Come on.
No, not at all. But I mean, the other thing is, I think I'm going to have to do the crossover to smaller bulbs this year.
Oh, yeah? What are you on, like the big C style? Those ones? Yeah. Those are Skylar's favorite.
Those are beauties. I bet I had 27 strands of C9s out in the front yard.
Yeah. They make the LED versions of those now, too, though.
They're awful.
Are they?
Anything that I'm sorry. Man, my power bill wants me to use LED. In the garage, they're fine.
Yeah.
They just don't have that rich color.
Well, that's true. They do look different.
Because, I've still got some bulbs from like the 60s
that
are still working.
Yep.
And they're painted from inside.
Yeah.
So they never lose their color.
No, that's what my grandparents put on their house.
Yeah.
That's my childhood right there.
Yep, that's good stuff. So if I can find antique bulbs or like sometimes my dad takes these. Yep. Okay, I put them right up. Anyway, I'm not to that point yet as far as putting up the Christmas lights because we have to get through Halloween and then Thanksgiving as well. But we certainly are, even with our nice weather we're having today, we're into the thick of it. Yeah. And we're getting, things are going to get busy real quick. Back to feeling like crap. Yeah. Do you feel that your mind just...
that was actually kind of how I knew initially Thursday night I was getting sick. Yeah. I was kind of walking around the house and like my head just felt funny. Yeah. And I was like, I kind of feel just off. And then there came the fever. And then, I just did not feel good. My ears started ringing. So I think I have a sinus infection too, whatever it is that's going around.
I just remembered this when you said that. I was over in the office and I leaned back in my chair to kind of stretch a little bit. And I got the tickle in my stomach. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. And you knew.
I knew. There's another telltale, at least for guys, when things are painful. Yeah. It's like, we're done here. Yeah. Anyway, stay well and use your good judgment and stay away from older folks if they're I guess susceptible. See, there's the blank coming in right there.
Now you mentioned on the topic of staying well, you're looking for a massage therapist.
Yeah.
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 What kind? Any particular? Just like to feel better?
No, not to feel better because when I was laying in bed, man, my back was just killing me, and I've had a bout with this sciatica.
Oh yes.
And so it's just starting up here and going clear down into my my kneecap, and I'm kind of new to this. I mean, I do have a chiropractor, obviously, but I think I should probably get a massage, see if I can get things worked out in there a little bit. That's sciatica. That's no good.
No joke.
I mean, it really makes it just completely wipes you out.
Yeah. No, my grandma's got that. She talks about the sleepless nights.
It's just, and I don't need that. So, yeah. So you have a couple, maybe some options.
I'm a big fan of Nature Nurture Pharmacy in Chehalis. That's Dr. Alicia Spalding, but she's got a massage therapist named Madeline Moeller in her office. I believe it's Heart Center Massage is what it's called. If you aren't familiar with Nature Nurture Pharmacy, it's naturopathic clinic. Okay. They have massage. They have the naturopathic doctor, Dr. Alicia. There's a therapist in there that I see. And then they have, if you walk in, there's an apothecary. And the cool thing about that is you can use HSA dollars there. So there's wellness products, soap, mineral sunscreen, mineral-based, all kinds of stuff. That
stuff really helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, and if you have a health savings account and you don't know what to do with it, like, go buy your stuff there. But anyways, I like Madeline there. So,
you know, one thing to say, enjoy your youth.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I can't believe that guy can't. You know what? You're headed there.
Yeah.
If you're lucky enough to stay alive and grow old, these things will come to you too.
Yeah. Yeah.
so enjoy all those days when you can just run up and down the road and jumping up and down. And, you know, but I think prevention is also the best part. So be kind to our bodies.
You got to get in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's maybe in the next couple of weeks, the massage, see if I can.
Yeah. Have you been into that new medical massage place yet?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
I have absolutely no idea.
The old Mary McCrank's.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it though. So what
it's
happened?
medical massage and Summit Chiropractic. And medical massage is cool because they take a lot of insurance options. And I think that's the rub for a lot of people is a lot of massage therapists don't accept insurance.
Mm-hmm.
That's one that does.
Nice.
And it's in the old Mary McCrank's building. So, you know.
Walk in there and say, hey, I want to be seated for dinner right now. Oh, a massage too?
That's my question. Is the commercial kitchen still in there?
Maybe they should have, they could, if it's still in there, they could whip up some decent cuisine and you could get a massage and have some dinner or something.
Now we're talking.
Have some peanut butter soup.
Now we're talking.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Soup. Doesn't that sound good right now?
Spicy peanut butter something?
Oh, by the way, I had soup down at the Centerville Cafe yesterday.
Did you? I'm a fan.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It was vegetable beef, and it was not a cream soup.
Yeah.
It was just a vegetable beef soup that has so much darn flavor, and it had all kinds of different vegetables in it. And it had to have been like steak that they were using in it.
Oh, probably.
It was just delightful.
Yep. I'm a big fan of Centerville. That's a big breakfast spot for our family with the kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's good no matter, when they're open till 2.
I think so. Yeah.
It's just 6 to 2 every day.
Yeah. Breakfast and lunch, no dinner hours.
Yeah, no dinner hours. But I mean, they're so darn nice in there. You walk in there and it's just like it says, they're just so friendly.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So anyway, we want to talk about the Onalaska Apple Harvest Festival.
Yes.
That's coming up, and a couple of other things about trains.
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a break right here. We'll come back and we'll talk about trains right after this. How you doing? You
He's
okay?
good. Yep.
He's okay. On the Mohney Show.
Yep.
At Tyler Rental, quality equipment and helpful counter pros save you costly delays. For projects big and small, Tyler has Genie man lifts and forklifts, Deere excavators, welders, and generators, plus new tools from Steel, Milwaukee, and Hilti. While you're in the store, shop for hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, and much more. Contractors and homeowners depend on Tyler Rental for selection and well-maintained equipment to avoid downtime. Tyler Rental, 153 Hamilton Road, south of Chehalis.
The real estate market is changing, and John L. Scott can answer your questions with a free market analysis. If you're a homeowner, it's really important to get a current market analysis. It only takes a few minutes of your time and contains valuable information about your biggest investment. This might be the year to make a move and take advantage of this market. For your free market analysis, see Laura Lee today at John L. Scott, 900 West Main in Centralia. We are back with the fall edition of the Mohney Show, and Brittany's with me today because Paul's still under the weather.
Yep.
So it's kind of our sickly show and our first day of it's not the first day of fall, but it's the first day of October.
Yeah, feels like
because we tape on Tuesday. Yeah. And welcome, and Bryson's here as well.
Yep.
Is he going to have a nap?
He might have a nap. He might have a nurse. We don't know. We'll see what happens here.
So we got sick last week, and I didn't know about it, but I was talking to a guy from down in Vancouver, down in the Portland area, about some trains. And, we're into fall. So one of the first train meets was going to happen in Battleground. Yeah. I cannot remember that name. Why?
And I only know because we were there too.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what you're talking about.
So I was talking to a guy on Marketplace because he had some trains that I was really interested in. And they were just delightful trains that I've always wanted. Anyway, he said, I'm going to be at this meet and battleground on Saturday. You know, why don't you come down? I said, okay, sounds pretty good. So I think I talked to him on Monday. Tuesday got sick. I'm like, and when you're sick, you can't think of anything but being sick.
Nope.
So I thought, I'll never make that.
All your mental processing, just right.
Did get to the doctor on Friday, and my doctor's just the coolest guy.
Who do you see these days?
I see Thomas Etherton.
Okay.
Yeah, he's up in just kind of, I guess, just Tumwater area. You know, kind of past the airport. And, yeah. I've known Tom forever, and he's just such a kind doctor.
Good.
So yeah, but
hang on to him then.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. He diagnosed me with the sinus infection, and so did get some antibiotics. Took the last one today, so I should be feeling better. Like getting the voice back, I guess. But then managed to. I know I'm talking in code here, but started feeling better on Friday, and probably shouldn't have drugged myself out of bed so early on Saturday. But I did want to go to the train meet.
Yep.
So got up and it was a glorious day. It was just beautiful. Like today, it was nice and sunny outside, and the drive down was beautiful.
The trees are changing colors. Oh. Yeah, we did the same drive because we went down too, and we had the same conversation.
It was nice because I've been in bed. I mean, I've been in bed just flat. I mean, when I'm sick, I don't lay on the couch and watch TV.
Right. I'm
dead.
Right.
My mom has always said that when you get sick, you're sick.
Yeah.
You know, you think that he's faking. Come over. Yeah. He's in bed.
Saturday was the first day I started feeling better.
Yeah.
And so I thought, because we had been planning on going to this train show for weeks.
Okay,
together.
so you'd been planning. I didn't even know about it.
Oh, we've had the flyer.
Well, thanks for telling me.
Sorry, it's the flyer's been on our fridge for months now, because we had never heard of this one. So
I never had.
We're gonna check it out. It was in the gym at Battleground High School.
Yeah, nice place.
Anyways, but yeah, I made
a lot of nice people and a lot of giving people down there. I had a great time. I rolled in there, and I would like to give a shout out to the liquor store that when you drive out of the parking lot, and then you take a right and you drive down the road on the side of the high school, and then across the street there's a liquor store over there. And thank goodness they were open at 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, because there was a situation.
What was the situation?
Trains.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I had to go in there, and they had a cash machine. Yeah.
I didn't know that you were into such things.
Yeah, they had the cash machine. I needed, there were a couple more things there that.
But you didn't get anything else there? You just got the cash?
No, I went back to the train show and gave it to everybody.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you were going to have a story about, I picked up my favorite brandy to burn the sickness out of me and then got the cash.
No, nothing like that. I didn't even buy anything in there. I told the guy, I said, I'm at the train swap meet. I'm using your cash machine. Yeah, well, good. Hey, how's it going? So
yeah.
Well, went back over there. What I didn't tell you is I also picked up a train lighting tower.
Oh,
like a green one from. Yeah. This is all Lionel stuff that I collect, and probably from 1951 or so.
Yeah, because you're a post-war guy, right?
I'm a post-war guy.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've got some pre-war stuff, but I don't really.
O gauge.
Yeah.
Standard gauge.
O gauge.
Okay.
Yeah. Just the most popular stuff that I saw when I was a kid that I always wanted that, that you didn't.
The stuff that was in the toy store window, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the stuff that the rich kids had.
Yeah.
So
it always makes me think when I think of like those kind of trains, this opening scene in A Christmas Story.
Oh yeah.
With all the kids.
Oh yeah.
Class. There's the train and the Red Rider.
Yep.
And that's what we're talking about.
And those trains in that opening sequence right there, that's the good stuff.
Yep.
I think that's a 671 O gauge turbine engine.
You even know what it is, yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
So anyway, I picked up a couple of things. I picked up a gondola that was, I think 50, 51, 52, something like that in the original box. I had to have it.
Ooh.
And you pull it out, and the instructions were still with it.
Oh, see, that's cool. Did you ever see?
That was really cool.
You ever seen the Lionel the Girls train set they made for a few years? There's an episode of Antiques Roadshow,
pink one,
where a lady had the whole pastel set, and she said basically that year for Christmas, each sister got one.
Whoa!
They played with it that Christmas, and then they all put them away, and they never came out again. And so she had The whole, yeah, I don't even remember what it was appraised for, but I had never seen it.
I was going to say, yeah, that because those are sought after.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, and this kind of segues into the next thing here, but as we get older, trains were red hot.
Yes.
In 1995.
Mm-hmm.
We'd had some time. They fluctuate. Obviously, in the late 50s, it was the pinnacle.
Yep.
And then you got into the 60s, and Lionel started making garbage. And then General Mills bought Lionel, in the 70s. And that stuff some of it was okay. Most of it was not up to par. They've had a long history along with, A.C. Gilbert. Then Lionel bought, the A.C. Gilbert company, started making S-gauge trains. And of course, our own Ron Leventon here in town, a huge train guy, kind of, making his own S-gauge trains quite a while back. But that was when that was going on, is in the mid 90s. And the prices were through the roof.
Oh, is that okay?
Massive.
I was pretty young.
Well, what I bought over the weekend would have been probably $700 worth.
And what'd you get it for? Or is that top secret? Because you want to.
Well,
what did you tell your wife you paid for it? I guess
I told her exactly what I paid for it. I got it for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Because things have changed, and there's so many families, like grandmas or grandpas or whatever, or dads that. Their dad gave them the train. Now they're in their 70s, and no kid in the house wants it.
Right.
So all of a sudden, these trains are they're not worth what they used to be worth because there's just not the demand to have the trains.
One of the best Christmases my boys ever had, Grandma Jo, shout out to Grandma Jo. Yeah. She went to a garage sale or a estate sale and a whole train collection.
Yeah.
That year for Christmas, the boys got a giant train tote full of all kinds of stuff, and like you said, for a few bucks, because they didn't know what to do with it. Now.
And and there's also the thing where, hey, I've got this train and it's worth $500.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as a collector and not a dealer but a collector, and I know a lot about what they're worth. No, it's not worth $500.
Yeah.
It's you take this box of stuff and put it in the garbage can.
Yeah.
Because not all of it's worth, what you think it's worth. No. Anyway, fantastic meet, and I came up with some treasures, and I'm excited. I'll bring them in.
You should. We scored pretty good too.
You did really good. So the boys are walking around. They're doing this shopping.
Yep. And as you know, we all dress in train stuff when we go. Because I think you.
So what did you have on?
What did I have on? So I did something a little different. Normally I would wear a train shirt, but it was also National Sons Day.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know if you knew that was a thing.
How do I miss all these things?
I don't know.
How do you find out about this stuff?
If you Google it, it says September 28th or whatever it was that Saturday.
Well, I've got 3 kids, 3 boys, and I missed it. So
anyway, so I was wearing a Life is Better with My Boys shirt.
I saw that.
That was my contribution. But no, my husband wore his bib overalls with his Chalachi Prairie railroad shirt. That's down in Yakult that way. So I think he picked it because we were going to be down there.
Okay.
Hank was in his train bibs.
Oh, yeah.
And his train hat.
Hank's pretty serious.
Yes, very serious. He takes haggling very seriously. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then Owen had his favorite steam train hoodie on too, with his Amtrak hat.
Yeah, he's second to Hank. Serious wise.
Yep. So Owen found, we have HO at our house. We have some O gauge as well, but mostly HO. And Owen found a train track. He had been looking for more track. Found a whole set of track with the switches and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, nice. Guy
sold it for like $1 a piece.
Wow.
So we got a whole huge new layout for like $24, which is a great deal if you don't know.
Yeah.
And then Hank was the cute one. He knows all the Mom, this is a 282, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. No, you sent it to me.
Yeah. And I'm like, cool, that sounds great. So he saw this Pierre Marquette. And if you don't know, the train in the Polar Express is a Pierre Marquette. And so I think that's why Hank kind of noticed it. And he said to the guy, he's his table out, and he says to the guy, how much money do you want for this train? He says, because my kids have grown up learning to haggle, you know, at these things. And the guy says, well, normally I'd sell that for $60. And Hank's like, okay, because he's got, we've got Dad's wallet.
That's nice.
He doesn't, and the guy says, but I don't want to sell it to you for that. And you kind of watch Hank go, you know, oh, because he didn't understand. The guy's like, no, look at me. And he says, I'll sell it to you for $40 on one condition. And Hank goes, okay, well, and he says, make sure your mom never needs anything. And I was like,
nice guy.
This is a vendor.
Yep,
all right, sold, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I didn't realize it, but there was another guy standing watching us. And of course, we're all in, you know, train gear and matching stuff.
Right.
And he pulled my husband aside and he said, hey, he's like, you guys, you know, you're into trains. I got a whole box of train stuff in my truck that I just want it to go to a good home. And so you know, my husband is also never one to pass up a good haggle.
I'll buy that.
Good trade.
Yeah.
He goes out there and it was a whole big like crate box of train stuff. And Skylar says, well, what do you got to have for it? And the guy says, no, I just want it to go to a good home. So we actually had to get the stroller and all of that stuff back in the rig. We had to like do Tetris in the parking lot to get it all back in.
So pretty good sized box.
Yeah, it was a big box. And so we had to figure out how to get that in there. And, you know.
The kids were going nuts.
So, they were so excited to get home. They're, you know, yeah, we didn't see them the rest of the day. They were in the garage doing their train stuff. I would just hear once in a while, Mom, we put this thing together. Will you come look at it?
Nice.
And that was pretty much the extent.
Yeah, when I got the text from you, I was like, oh, good. They scored.
Yeah.
They scored pretty good.
Yeah. So even, like I said, I was still sick, but I was a passenger princess, and I just had to push the stroller around. So I just kind of kept my distance.
I did break out in a cold sweat right in the middle of the train.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
see,
oh.
That's.
And then I started coughing at one point, and I didn't want to alarm people, so I really just ran off into, you know, a corner somewhere. Yeah.
Can we talk for a second about the anxiety of coughing in front of people since COVID?
Oh my word!
I've had people cough in front of me, and they're like, I have a cough, but it's not COVID. I tested.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. So, anyways,
I don't. I mean. This may rub people wrong. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm living my life.
I
got sick. I don't like to get sick, but you know what? I'm probably going to get sick again.
Yep.
You know, I will say at this age and just being more focused on things lately that I'm really trying to be a lot more healthy.
Yeah.
You know, and you're going to see some changes over the next few months in that vision that I have.
Yep.
So there's a lot of stuff that happened after COVID. It's like, you know, oh God, you know. I mean, I even asked my doctor. I said, "Well, should I put a mask on?"
Yeah.
He goes, "There's nobody here, so you know,
yeah,
it's okay."
So
let me ask you this question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, what's the person doing when they're driving down the road inside their car by themselves with a mask on?
I have a couple of theories about that.
Okay.
Well, when we're traveling, we see that a lot with like Uber and Lyft drivers. They have people getting in and out of their vehicle.
Yeah, okay, but
and
just
there's that. Then there are caregivers who drive around here, driving, you know, like medical transport. I don't know if they, you know, transporting somebody sick. I don't know. So I think there's any number of things that could be happening.
Though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because first thing, I mean, when COVID was, you know, we were in the middle of that. The first thing I did when I got in the car was rip that mask off.
Yeah.
Throw it in the center console and be about my way.
You know, it was like probably last spring or something like that. And I was heavy into finishing up that Camaro.
Yes.
So I'm painting stuff like it's going out of style, you know, and I'm using masks.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have a respirator, but I'm using masks because, you know, it's bad for you.
Right. Right.
And boy, it sure took me back to the time real quick. And I'm like, oh man, this sucked.
Yep.
So onward and upward on that. But I think we all scored pretty good with the train situation.
Yep. And
we've got the one coming up at the Southwest Washington Fairgrounds.
We sure do in a couple weeks.
So what's the exact date on that? It's written down somewhere. Oh, well.
I was going to say it is, I can tell you if you turn the page. Yep. It is October, I want to say 12th and 13th. Let's see how close I am.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm just going to pop this down here.
It's on the Southwest Washington Fairgrounds calendar as well.
It's on the blue barn there.
Yep, 12th and 13th. Yep.
Bang, baby. So I've got,
if I remember correctly, it starts at 9 in the morning and goes till 4. Well, 5 on Saturday and 4 on Sunday. Is that what it is? It's in there.
It's either 5 or 4 on Saturday, or 3 and 4 on Sunday,
and then closes the hour earlier Sunday,
something like that.
But
I think they've got the thing where you can go in there for extra, $10.
Yeah, the early bird thing,
the early bird shopping. So,
and that is, in case people don't know, they always do that in the Blue Pavilion.
Yeah,
and
free parking and
yep, free parking.
Fun. Man, that doesn't leave me much time here. I've had a whole bunch of bills that I've had to take care of, so it was really. But to say the least, I mean, not very responsible.
Yeah.
For buying trains.
But it's train stuff. It's right. You gotta.
If I owe you money, sorry, I spent it on trains.
Yeah. If the mafia comes for you,
it's not like I spent it on LSD or something.
No, and we were talking about that earlier. Like, as far as our kids, I mean, I would rather spend money on a hobby like that for them.
Yeah.
That has roots in economics, industry, local history.
Yeah. These were 2 locomotives that I've wanted since I was, old enough to know.
Yes, yeah. I mean
these are bucket list locos.
Dream come true for you. Yeah,
man, I had them set up on the counter there. It's like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's just beautiful. Is what that is.
So that's what we should do when we remodel our houses. We should just make train displays.
Couldn't agree more. There's a disc jockey down in Los Angeles that he's been doing it forever and ever. And his name's Shotgun Tom, and he's been on KCBQ down there. He's on K Earth. I think he's on XM right now. He's an older guy, and so he's a huge guy. He's got his name on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
That was just a while back. But Shotgun Tom was signing his new book, and my son Matthew is down there. So Matthew went by to meet Shotgun Tom.
Yep.
And got the book and got it signed. And Shotgun Tom's really into trains.
Yes.
So he said, enjoy all this stuff in my book about radio, but mostly about trains.
Yes. I can appreciate it.
You never know who's going to be into trains. Like Rod Stewart.
Really? I think we have talked about that. Yeah.
Man, Rod Stewart's got this. It's nuts. And there's quite a few different rock stars that have, huge train layouts.
Yeah. Did you see that house that was for sale a few months back over the summer that had the train pavilion with it?
No.
It was on King 5 News.
Really?
And it's like a, mansion on, whatever waterfront it is up there.
Okay.
But the big selling point, the reason it was on King 5 is because it had a whole separate building where this guy had kept his train layouts. And they did a whole feature on it. You'll have to look it up. It's pretty cool. Way out of my price range.
Well, there's a guy that's on Marketplace right now that's got a train. So he's got a loco and a tender, and it's live steam.
Yep.
It's absolutely live steam. He got a kit. Took him 6 years to build this thing. $60,000.
Oh, I believe that. Some of those are very intricate.
Yeah. So, I don't need that, but I would like to have a train around my yard.
Skylar, already, have you heard of the Old Timers Festival?
Yes.
In McCleary?
Yeah.
So they brought this year's Shelton Railroad was there, and some guy put together a track that he just built in his garage, and he had a little diesel looking engine that was powered by a car battery.
Wow.
And we're giving kids rides. And my husband saw that and he thought, I got a welder. I could, and so something's gonna happen in our yard, Steve. I don't know what.
My yard's big enough to do it. It sure would be fun.
Yeah, maybe you want to come over and ride our train?
Absolutely. Be gold. Okay, so let's eat some apples.
Okay.
Take a break here. I'll get my voice back a little bit. We're going to come back and talk about the Apple Harvest Festival and the city of Onalaska. The folks, the everybody involved out there has done an A+ job in the last couple of years of just making this thing explode.
Oh, all kinds of stuff.
And they've got a weekend that's just going to cooperate. The weekend weather looks fantastic.
Yep.
And so we'll talk more about that. Stay close with the Mohney Show. I know we're rambling a lot, but that's what we do here on the Mohney Show.
Point S Centralia OK Tire is a proud sponsor of high school sports and wishes all teams good luck during the postseason. With the playoffs starting, that means the weather is changing, and that means tough driving conditions with ice, rain, and snow. Point S Centralia OK Tire invites you to stop by and have your vehicle checked so you're ready for winter driving. Studded snow tires, studless snow tires, and tire chains are in stock and ready to put on whatever you drive, and with a warranty good at over 200 locations. Point S Centralia OK Tire, 1741 Harrison Avenue in Centralia.
Back on the Mohney Show, it's our kind of our sickly edition, and Brittany's with me because Paul he's just got sniffles.
He does, but it sounds like he was pretty down for the count this weekend too.
And he always like downplays everything when it comes to do with any kind of sickness. I'm fine. Yeah. So he's over in the office right now putting together some stuff. So Brittany's with me today, and of course Bryson is, he's having lunch right now.
We're normalizing breastfeeding on the Mohney Show.
Well, I mean, that's what you do. Boy, I'll tell you what, all three of my kids, Stephen, Aaron, and Matthew, they all breastfed. Mm-hmm. Carolyn breastfed them, and I got pretty good at it. I mean, what we would do is she would express it, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And then we had, things are different now because obviously Matthew's just turned 28. But we would have the little bags. Now you say they've got they close on the top now.
Yeah, they have like Ziploc style bags.
So back then, I think we just twist them and then put a twisty tie, put it in the freezer, right side up. Then I just pull them out and put them, hang them down into the bottle there, and then put them in hot water.
Yeah.
And stick a lid on there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good to go.
Yeah, good to go on that. So for dads, it's a lifesaver.
It is, yeah.
Because the mom's not home or something, and you got to have that.
Yeah, no. Bryson just had his first bottle a few days ago. Actually, Skylar was watching him, and anyways, yeah. Skylar sent me a meme a couple weeks ago, and he said, "How do you get 8 hours of sleep with an infant in the house? Do you know?" He said, "Be the dad."
Exactly.
I have to get up with him at night because if you don't pump, if you don't do that, that's what it is. So
it's, we all love being parents, but man,
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. You're hanging in there pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing this is baby number 3.
Yeah.
We've been through it a little bit.
Yeah, but you've got such a good attitude about the whole thing. Well, and you guys work together on this.
Yeah, and I'm fortunate, being self-employed, I have clients that are very cool about it. I could text anybody and say, "Look, it's not happening today."
Isn't that funny? And I was not with the kids, but when I was sick last week, I just couldn't get anything going.
Yeah.
Why does it take 90 minutes to get out of the house here?
Oh, it's when I'm sick.
Yesterday and today, same thing. I was just dragging still.
I just have I needed to write a bunch of stuff this weekend, and I can't write when my head is not. No. So
that's why we're calling this the Sickly Mohney Show today.
Yeah.
So on to what's going on this weekend, and man, I'll tell you what. I hope my recovery continues and yours too, because I really do want to head out to Onalaska because it's so much fun. It's the Apple Harvest Festival and things, some of the stuff gets underway on Thursday, actually.
Yes. Bingo.
Do you have that in your head? Can you tell me?
A lot of it, yes. Okay. And since the last time we touched on it, I did some reading up and brushing up myself. Yes. Thursday night, they have Royal Court Bingo.
Right.
Which is a fundraiser.
Oh, man.
And so participating in that is great. And there will be baked goods available at Royal Court Bingo as well.
Okay, so that's from 6 to 8 p.m.
Yes.
And
I believe it's at Onalaska Elementary School.
Is it okay? Because it doesn't say. I'm just looking at the festival map here.
Yeah.
Then on Friday, this coming Friday, August 4th, from 10 to 5 is the quilt show.
Yep.
And 6 p.m. is the Royal Court Coronation.
Yep, which is,
Is that over?
I'm not actually sure where that is location-wise, but that's, similar to when they crown Loggers Jubilee Queen and Funtime Fest Princess and all those things.
Around here.
So,
it's... I'm looking at the flyer right now, and there are so many sponsors.
Yeah, and if you want
by the way...
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say something about that. I was thinking about that when I was sick. You know, we talk so much about shopping local. We're getting into the holiday season here in a while. You're going to be out buying, you know, Halloween candy and everything. And I've been watching the kids and all the sports that they play, you know, with the cheer, with the football, with, you know, baseball, basketball. Obviously, that's what we do here at Eli Sports. Yep. And it's always the guy, the local business like Dick's Brewing, I'm seeing right here, that gets hit up to sponsor local, you know, local events, Jeremy's, you know, farm to table, you know,
they've got Napa featured in that.
Exactly.
Guide this
you know,
year.
you got Napa. Dave's got 7 stores in 2 counties now. And I'm just looking at all these different small businesses that get hit up to sponsor what's going on in our community. And with that being said, that the next time you think about, you know, hey, it's on Amazon. I can't tell you how much it means if you just go down to these stores and walk in and grab it. I mean, I know that it's really convenient. Man, I shop local now more than I have ever. I mean, it's just so darn easy for me to walk into a place. I guess that's just me though.
No,
I don't want to wait 3 days for it to arrive in the mail.
There's that. And I mean, sometimes depending on shipping costs, you still save money shopping local a lot of times. Napa in Onalaska is a great example.
Exactly.
You can order car stuff or you can walk down and just get it and not have to wait on it.
And if you walk in there, I mean, and they don't have it, they'll have it, you know, there's sometimes they'll have it within hours. At the store. Hey, we got it in the Centralia store where, you know, the driver's going to come out here in a few minutes anyway.
A local courier is still faster than the Prime van sometimes.
And you know, or they'll have it in a warehouse up in the Seattle area and it's down here in about, you know, 4 hours or the next morning.
Right.
And so these are the folks that support everything that we want to do locally with all of our high school football teams and baseball and all that stuff. And just everything like the tractor parade or like the Santa parade or like all this stuff that goes on around all these different places. So we really got to support them because they don't get anything when you buy from Amazon.
No. Brunswick's is another great example too.
You know, and his problem is a lot of the vendors won't sell him stuff to sell.
Right.
That's what happened to Bartell's.
Yes.
You know, they couldn't get any. It wasn't that they screwed it up and went out of business. They could not get. They were such a smaller store that the vendors would not cooperate and sell them. It was too big of a pain in the ass, I guess, for them.
Yep.
And so all of a sudden we don't have Bartell's to go down to and buy suits and jackets.
Letterman's jackets.
Yeah. You know, the North Face stuff, it was so cool. I could walk in there. Oh, okay. There it is right there. Christmas time, you know, birthdays or whatever. So that's my rant.
No, I was just going to say the shoes I'm wearing right now are these fun Skechers slip-ons. And you can order them from Amazon or you could walk in and actually try a pair on at Brunswick's. Are you wearing yours too?
I got these a while back. I went in to take Bruno his signed, what is it out here? Boy, stuff's just falling off the wall here, isn't it? Oh, now his signed poster from Music in the Park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so because he was a great sponsor, we gave away the Vans shoes during the
from the stage.
Yeah, from the stage.
Yeah, the raffle tickets.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
So I took him the signed framed, you know, poster, and he's like, "Oh, this is so cool."
Yeah.
And so when he got in here for shoes, my back hurts, and so I got these right here, and at the time I was like, "Oh man, they're kind of big looking." I mean,
so. Yeah.
Well, I'm just like,
no, I know.
Do I look like I don't want to look too much like a geezer.
Right. Yeah. No, that's the joke about New Balance, right? They're the dad shoes.
Are they the dad shoes?
But you got yours for your back. I got mine because they're the slip-ons. I don't have to bend over while I'm carrying a baby.
Exactly. And
we're there, Steve.
Bruno had these, and I said, "Are these too bad? Are they making me look like a real, you know, dad?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I don't think they are." So, and then I ran it past the grandkids, and they said, "No, those are actually pretty cool."
Yeah. Oh, well,
yeah, they're not bad. These are so cushy. I mean, you can't even believe it. It's like walking on air. So, try them out. Yeah, in stock. I was happy to have them.
Got to have a good pair of shoes.
But he's got he's got New Balance down there,
Yeah.
and he's one of those guys that contributes to.
Yeah.
To all
And you're going to wear those to Apple Harvest Festival this weekend, right? So you can walk all over the place and take in all the stuff.
I would imagine I will.
Yeah.
And I've still got my Vans, but they don't. Not a lot of support with the Vans.
Right.
But God, I love them.
I know. My kids love them too.
They're just so cool. Anyway, that's my rant.
There you go.
What happened to Apple Harvest? I just blew it, didn't I?
Well, I tried to bring you back. Did you see how I was trying to slip that in there? You go.
My mind's good.
So we covered Thursday of Apple Harvest Festival. We talked about Friday.
Then I took my shoe off and I started talking about my shoe.
Right. And so you want to roll into Saturday's events?
Yeah, let's do Saturday.
I'm still your producer. I'm still trying to keep you on the rails.
Boy, I'll tell you what, I'm off the rails there. Paul would be proud of me for doing that.
Now, before you get into that, I will say, if you want to look at the festival guide that we are looking at right now, you go to onalaskaalliance.org. Under the events tab in their menu, click on Apple Harvest Festival, and you can see this entire guide with the businesses that Steve's looking at.
Absolutely.
Gives you an idea of the type, not only businesses that stepped up this year, but these are businesses a lot of times that are stepping up year after year to support these festivals.
Justice General Store, of course. The Ribeye, Ramblin' Jacks. I mean, there's just, there's Kelly's Body Shop from Centralia. They went out and they sponsored, this venue that's not even in in Centralia, but it's out in Onalaska. So, congratulations to the Lions family.
Grand Marshals this year of the parade, and it's a solid parade.
No, it's it's going to be such a nice parade. I'm trying to get back to. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
The pancake breakfast is from 7 to 10. And then you've got your 5K fun run. After that starts at 7:30, 8 a.m.
The lake.
The no jumping in.
Yep.
Apple cider pressing. That's kind of the whole thing.
Right. And that's done by the Onalaska high school football team.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Are they just squeezing them in their hands?
I don't know. I was actually kind of curious. Do they have an electric press, or do they have so my family grew up with the hand crank press.
Well, there's those football players.
Right. So
I mean,
I was curious.
I feel sorry for the opponents because, if you're growing up in Onalaska and you're out there on the football team,
it's pretty serious.
Tough as nails.
They run a tight program out there.
Yeah, exactly. 9 a.m. is the parade signing and staging.
Yep.
So if you want to be in the parade, and according to the forecast, you're not going to need probably even a jacket. I mean, I guess I could be wrong, but parade gets underway at 11:30. And it's always a fantastic parade.
Yep.
You've got the cornhole tournament, what is that? The trout fishing, kids trout fishing.
Oh yeah, no, they got kids fishing there this year.
Fire station open house, live music, and the MC starts at 12, goes until 4:00 in the afternoon. The apple pie auction. And what did I miss here? Oh, the apple pie contest.
Yes.
So does the apple pie contest mean that folks have baked apple pies and that's what they're being judged on?
Yes.
Oh, so it's not like an apple pie eating contest.
It's having your particular pie recipe judged. Yeah.
So
you got to put something in this year, or what?
How do you? No, heavens no. Yeah, I got this over. It's who would make a? You know what I should do? I should get a homemade apple pie from one of these great bakeries and take it out there.
Yeah, put it in your own pie tin. Yeah.
I baked this, man.
Yep.
They look at me and go, "There's no way you baked this."
And you did see you asked me last week, there is a car show. It's at the Mason Jar.
Okay, good.
And so that is happening.
When does that start? I'm looking through here, but I'm not seeing.
I'm not sure. I would have to look. It's on the Mason Jar's Facebook page.
Okay,
sure.
So check that out.
Check that out.
And again, we did want to welcome, and we've of course been out there many times to the Onalaska Napa Auto Parts store. Dave, welcome to the town, and boy, thanks for putting all that time and effort into moving out there in a brand new store for the folks out there in Onalaska for Napa. And this is his first time that he's been open.
Yeah. And the parade's going to go right by him.
Right by there. So when you're watching the parade, make sure you check out the brand new Napa store out there. Yeah.
So if you need windshield wipers, just make sure you go about 11:30.
We're going to have
just hang out at Napa.
Yeah, we're either going to go back in to talk to Dave, or we're going to have Dave come in the studio here, because I got in the truck and I went, Oh.
Yeah, it's that time of year. Battery
Yeah,
checks,
man,
fresh
that
windshield wipers, right?
dumb old battery.
Yeah. You saw what happened at our house the last couple weeks, right?
Was there an incident?
There was an incident. My kids like to play with the
The
dome light
light,
switch.
the dome light. Yep,
So
yep.
twice in the last 2 weeks.
I didn't know it happened again.
Yeah, it happened twice, and it was this. I will not name which child did it because I know, but
Well, they always, the two of them, they're pretty nifty together. They think that they're going to get along or get away with something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when they're up in the middle of the night, they don't think you hear them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The most recent was I walked by their room at bedtime and they both had their heads under a big pillow.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Good night." And Hank says, "Yeah, no, we're just staying warm under this pillow, Mom."
Mm-hmm.
They had their tablets.
Sure they did.
Yeah. So, anyways. But now
I just don't get it. It's just,
is that all of Saturday? Because Sunday is also a big day for Apple Harvest.
I don't know. I mean, I'm still just kind of looking through here. There's a big map and it shows, everything going on. Yeah, Sunday, October 6th, 10 to 3. It's the farm and homestead tour.
Yeah, and that's a self-guided tour.
Okay.
There is a map. You can go to the onalaskaalliance.org website under events, Apple Harvest Festival, and find that. It's a self-guided tour. It's, I want to say, like 8 or 10 farms. And you take the whole family, drive out, see a working farm, see some really cool homesteads, what these farmers are doing. They are excited to share with you what they're doing. So it's a great way. It's very educational.
There's tons of stuff going on.
Oh man,
here.
the whole weekend of stuff.
I can read all this stuff. The local beer, wine, and cider garden. Again, the pancake breakfast, the barbecue lunch, the food court, the Apple Harvest Parade. That's going to be a gigantic parade this year because you're not dealing with any kind of foul weather. And if you want to check out the reasonably new fire station out there, open house with kids' activities over there. Mm-hmm. And again, on Sunday, it's the Farm and Homestead Tour. Boy, a lot of...
And don't forget, to cap it off, the Farm to Table Dinner, which actually, I mention it, but it is sold out. So,
okay.
Just FYI.
And you would know this because you're actually one of the people that works on all the advertising out there, right?
I am a promotional contractor for Apple Harvest Festival.
Events. Let me see here. Music, projects. Yeah, it's just on Alaska Alliance. Check it out there. And by all means, have a great time.
Yeah.
It snuck up on me.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the second weekend.
No, it's this weekend, and it's happening, and everybody's excited.
There you go.
And...
that's about all we can say about this. I'm taking these glasses off. I got no more voice left, but hopefully I'll see you out there. I'm going to try and show up.
Yeah.
And you guys can head out maybe?
Text us, see where we're at. We're going to try.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Hey, that's it for the Mohney Show. Try and stay well out there. We're going to get better here in the studio. You can also, we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
We'll talk about, we've got all kinds of stuff coming up here that we're building on around here, but we'll talk about all that stuff next week. And hopefully I'll have a better voice. So that wraps it up for this particular Mohney Show. As I try and get out of it.
I think it's episode 41.
Is it really?
I think so.
You sure?
Wait, 51. No. 51.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
51?
50 or 51. One of the two.
Wow.
We're still sick. I don't know.
Well, I do know this. I know we're coming up in the month of October. We're coming up on the first year anniversary.
Oh yeah,
of the Mohney Show. So
that
hopefully you're digging it. We do what we do. Not everything is a home run here.
Yep,
but
they can't all be home runs.
No,
Steve.
But we're just trying to, we're trying to talk. We're trying to get the information out there and just, maybe give some folks stuff to bounce off of and just have a good time.
Yeah.
Anyway, that wraps it up. We'll see you back next week right here on the Mohney Show.
Woo.
Yeah.